A massive manhunt is underway in the U.S. state of Utah after the brazen assassination of a conservative activist, Charlie Kirk, during a public event. The murder weapon has since been recovered. The killing sparked national outrage, with President Trump calling it a dark moment for America and vowing justice. World leaders condemned the attack too. DD India's Mohammad Afzarul Hasan reports on how the U.S. is again having to grapple with the growing threat of politically motivated violence.
A massive manhunt is on in Utah after the fatal shooting of prominent U.S. conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Federal agents and U.S. state police combed rooftops in surrounding areas, suspecting the gunman fired from a long distance during an event attended by nearly 3,000 people. The brazen assassination has reignited fears about the escalation of political violence in the United States. The FBI said that the movement of Kirk's killer has been tracked and the weapon used recovered.
Following yesterday's tragic shooting of Charlie Kirk, FBI agents have been working around the clock in coordination with our law enforcement partners. We are and will continue to work nonstop until we find the person that has committed this heinous crime and find out why they did it.
President Donald Trump has strongly condemned the killing of 31-year-old Kirk, calling it a dark moment for America.
This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity.
On Capitol Hill, the House of Representatives held a moment of silence for Kirk. However, tensions flared immediately after, with lawmakers erupting into a shouting match. House Speaker Mike Johnson labeled the killing detestable and emphasized a bipartisan need to reject political violence. The murder has drawn condemnation from global leaders, with warnings about the dangers of politically motivated violence. A spokesperson of the European Commission offered the EU sincere sympathies to conservative activist Kirk's family.
The European Union condemns all forms of violence, and we offer our sincere sympathies to the families of the victims of this tragic incident.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said on X, "I am appalled by the murder of Charlie Kirk. There is no justification for political violence, and every act of it threatens democracy." British Prime Minister Keir Starmer wrote on X again, "We must all be free to debate openly and freely without fear. There can be no justification for political violence." And Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni called the killing an atrocious murder, a deep wound for democracy. Charlie Kirk was a towering figure in America's conservative movement. He co-founded Turning Point USA in 2012, mobilizing conservative youth on high school and college campuses across the country. But clearly, this murder is the latest in a troubling pattern of attacks on US political figures, including 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump himself last year. Mohammad Afzarul Hasan's report, DD India.